Richard Rellis here with columnist Bob Robb. And NATO started out as a defensive organization. And Bob, you say with Russia invading Ukraine, it may find that posture again.
I think it certainly has. And Putin's invasion of Ukraine has created a unity and a seriousness of purpose that's regarding security, regional security issues that's long been missing in Europe. And I think is quite possibly a historic turning point. And NATO had been a defensive alliance in search of a mission. It wasn't really, contrary to Putin, an anti-Russian alliance. The primary threat to Western democracy was thought to be Islamic terrorism, and NATO sort of cast about for a role to play. But with this invasion, NATO will become an anti-Russian alliance. And the decision by Germany, who's always been the historic laggard with respect to contributions to NATO and willingness to see NATO take military action, the decision by Germany to exceed the NATO's minimum requirement of 2% of GDP in terms of defense spending is as sure of a sign of a historic change as one could hope to see.
And although the U.S. has vowed to defend any NATO country that comes under attack, you say that the idea of NATO's formation was that these matters are more urgent the closer you are to the conflict.
Well, it's the reality. And for too long, NATO has relied on the U.S. to provide its military punch. It's been extraordinary that European countries were willing to adapt and adopt very penetrating sanctions, well beyond what I thought Europe would ever be willing to entertain, and on a broad consensus, including Germany and Italy. And I think the bravery of the Ukrainian people against overwhelming odds and their leaders is what has turned this course. But I do think NATO needs reform in order to be effective in adopting the role that I think is coming for it.
Right. I mean, these things have been the subjects of white papers and theoretical discussions, and some action like what we've seen seems like it has a way of bringing clarity to what people should be doing. Great analysis as always, Bob.
Thank you.